Less than 1 in 4 Democrats under 30 say they're proud to be an American. 54% say they're embarrassed by it. Embarrassed? Like America's your mom picking you up at school? If the thought leaders in the Democratic Party keep encouraging and not rebuking the idea that America is cringe and the people who run Gaza are great, the Democrats are doomed.
Less than 1 in 4 young Democrats say they're proud to be American. That number hit people like a slap, because pride in your country used to be a given, not a controversial opinion. But for a growing number of young voters, patriotism sounds outdated, even embarrassing. They roll their eyes at the flag, scoff at the anthem, and treat the idea of national pride like it's a joke from another era. And that's where Bill Maher stepped in, not to defend blind loyalty, but to remind everyone that maybe we've lost all perspective.
Less than 1 in 4 Democrats under 30 say they're proud to be an American. 54% say they're embarrassed by it. Embarrassed? Like America's your mom picking you up at school? You're embarrassed to be an American? Well, guess what? The feeling's mutual, because you have no perspective. Is America perfect? No, of course not. No country is.
There's a new attitude spreading among younger progressives, a kind of cultural guilt trip. They see America only through its mistakes: wars, racism, greed, inequality. And yes, those things are real. But when that's all you see, you stop seeing what's good. It's easy to dunk on your country when you've only known comfort and free Wi-Fi. But that cynicism doesn't come from experience. It comes from never having to live without the freedoms you take for granted.
But the U.S. is leagues ahead of the rest of the world on most of the progressive issues that are important to young people. America has 14 million women-owned businesses. 17% of black women are starting businesses, which is faster than white women or white men. Gay Americans are free to marry, and 49% of them own property. Yes, in America, gays buy buildings. In other places, they get thrown off them.
The same people calling America cringe are tweeting it on platforms built by American companies, protected by American laws, in a society that lets them say whatever they want, even if it's nonsense. No one's saying the U.S. is perfect, but look around. For all its flaws, it's still one of the most progressive nations on earth. Women run multi-million-dollar businesses. Minority entrepreneurs are launching companies faster than ever. People can marry whoever they love, protest openly, start podcasts trashing the government, and still go home safely that night. That's not a small thing. In many places, speaking your mind can still get you silenced, or worse.
Globalize the intifada is the catchphrase that's really catching on these days, as if worldwide suicide bombing and cosplaying Islamic revolutionaries is the answer to our problems. At an AOC Bernie Sanders rally in Idaho last month, someone threw a Palestinian flag over an American flag, and the crowd erupted in approval. What should have happened after that is one of the adults on stage should have told their young, loyal followers, this is not a symbol of freedom. This is.
Perspective matters, progress matters, and sometimes gratitude is a smarter reaction than outrage. But lately, activism has flipped upside down. What started as passion for justice is sliding into admiration for regimes that crush the very freedoms activists claim to defend. You see it online. Flags of extremist movements waved proudly, while the American flag gets booed or burned. It's as if rebellion itself has become more important than knowing what you're rebelling for. And the silence from leaders who should know better, that's how bad ideas start looking respectable.
If the thought leaders in the Democratic Party keep encouraging and not rebuking the idea that America is cringe and the people who run Gaza are great, the Democrats are doomed. Alyssa Slotkin's right. Liberals are weak and woke, especially the white ones, and they indulge all sorts of nonsense from their kids, a pattern that then continues on in the Democratic Party. Last election, it was all the gender stuff, the insistence that men can have babies and such, and now I fear that we like the terrorists is the new that. Liberals need to push back on the dumb ideas that come from their children. The Democrats' problem is the energy of the party is with the young and the young are with the terrorists. That's not good. So talk to your children and remind them, you don't really want to live like your heroes in Hamas. All the you do all day, it was all made in America. Your smartphone, your Grubhub, your freedom to about America. That's all American stuff. You tell your phone you want a milkshake and a guy brings it to your house. Please, you couldn't survive a week living in Intifadaville.
Yes.
Maher made an uncomfortable point. The same indulgence parents show their kids is now running wild in politics. When adults stop saying no, every foolish idea gets treated like truth. We're seeing it. Viral slogans that oversimplify complex issues, outrage treated like virtue, emotion replacing logic. Instead of correcting bad ideas, older generations often cheer them on to look in touch. But enabling delusion isn't compassion, it's negligence. There's a line between empathy and self-hate, and we're crossing it. Some young progressives sympathize so deeply with the world's victims that they forget they're living in one of the freest countries on earth.
The most beautiful symbol of freedom. When the people of Hong Kong stood up to China, they waved the American flag. Why? Because it's not just a beautiful flag. It is a symbol of hope and liberty. Today's divide in America, sadly, is not just about taxes or policy. The left resents this country. They're willing to embrace regimes that hate women, Christians, basic freedoms, because they share one thing: a hatred for America. Don't ever apologize for being proud of this country. You have a moral duty to be proud.
It's noble to care about injustice, but it's foolish to idolize systems that would destroy your own rights in a heartbeat. Being critical of America is healthy. Despising it to feel morally superior? That's performative. Let's be real. Most people who say they hate America wouldn't survive a week in half the countries they romanticize. You can order food from your phone, stream whatever you want, call out your president, and still sleep peacefully. That's not oppression. That's privilege, wrapped in freedom. And the irony? Every complaint, every protest, every angry tweet, all of it depends on the very system being mocked. When protesters in Hong Kong defied China, they didn't wave their own flag, they waved ours. Because to them, that symbol still means hope, liberty, and a future where you can speak without fear. Somewhere along the line, we forgot that the American flag isn't just fabric, it's an idea millions still risk everything to reach. If outsiders can see that light, maybe it's time we stop pretending it's gone out. Being proud of your country doesn't mean denying its flaws. It means believing it can do better because you care. Criticism without gratitude turns to bitterness. Pride without honesty turns to arrogance. The balance, that's what we're missing. Maher's point wasn't America's perfect. It was stop acting like it's worthless. Because the moment a nation forgets what it stands for, it stops standing for anything at all. So yeah, question authority, challenge power, demand justice. But don't ever apologize for loving the country that lets you do all three. Maybe the real rebellion today isn't hating your country. It's appreciating it in a world that tells you not to. And if that sounds uncool, that's fine. Because gratitude has always been the rarest form of courage.